class. So all I want to ask you is, how are you? What is your mood? Are you great? Are you bad? Are you sleepy maybe? So I think that you will forget about that bad weather and you will concentrate, because lesson it will be really interesting. I hope so. So let's get started. First of all, I want to say that next week you will have the control work, and we will prepare for this a little bit later, because right now we're going to work on your reading skills. And so the theme of the lesson is the tale of Peter Rabbit. I think you all know that fairy tale, but today I have something special for you. First of all, I had 4 pictures and I divided them into small halves. So I have only 4 pictures and I divided them into 4 halves each of the picture. So what should you do? I will give a small piece of a picture each of you, and when I clap my hands, you should stand up and find the whole picture. You should make a puzzle, and when you get the picture right, it means that you find all of your team members. So you will work in a team, in small groups for today. So I will give it to you and you will make it. So here you are sitting just like you should. It means that we all now have 4 groups, 4 teams. So the first team, the second team, the third team, and the fourth team, you all have books on your table so you can open it. And if you noticed, I made some marks for you. What does it mean? So the first group, you will work about the exposition, so the introduction. You have to read your part. You have 5 minutes to read that, and then you will make short retelling for each of us. So the group number 2, you will work at the plot development, at the plot actually. So you're the group number 2. So what should you do? You should read it with all of your attention, and in 7 minutes you have to be ready for retelling your part. The group number 3, you will work on the climax. Read it, check it, and then be ready to retell the story, your part of the story. And the group number 4, you will speak about the ending of the story. So what should you do? Read with all of your attention, and in the 5 minutes be ready to retell it. Okay, now when you get your task, look at the clock and let's get started. Now that you're ready, you have 2 minutes, so be prepared, be ready. Let's check everything one more time, and then you will have 2 minutes to presentate for your retelling for the audience. Okay, now when you get the whole story, because you read only a small piece of the story and then you listen the others part, now you have the whole idea in your head. Now you get the tale of the Peter Rabbit and you're ready to continue our class. So the next task for all of you, you have a small paper on your tables. Now I give you 3 minutes to do the next part. Imagine yourself as a parent of the Peter Rabbit. Now you all know that he is very naughty, rabbit, that he is not usually very good, and he even can't sit still just 1 minute. Now imagine yourself as a parent of the Peter Rabbit and give him some advice. Give some advice for Peter Rabbit. I told you to think about the naughty son Peter Rabbit, and imagine yourself as a parent of that rabbit, and how could you protect him from getting into the troubles. Right now you will do some presentation. You have only 2 minutes to read your advice for all of us. If you noticed, you get a lot of different cards on the carpet, and if you look a little bit closer at it, you will notice that there are a lot of different syllables, like open syllables and closed syllables. What should you do? Every time when I will say open syllables, you should jump and stand up on the card with open syllables and then read it for me out loud. But when I will say closed syllable, you should step on the closed syllable and read it out loud for me. So I will make it so I will say it very slowly. Sometimes I will be a little bit faster. So what you should do, you should do it with all of your attention. It's not just a game, it's a preparation for our control work, open syllables and closed syllables. So if you hear me, just step on the syllable, on the right syllable. Let's play. So the next task is the longest task. So what should you do for this time? You get all this mind map and you will work on it about 20 minutes of the lesson. And if you notice that you have different parts on that paper, you have to think about the story with all of your attention, and we will do the mind map to be prepared for the next exercise and to be ready to retell the whole story. So in the middle of the paper, let's write down the name of that rabbit, Peter. We also will speak about his family. So write down family. And we will speak about his problem. And also we will speak about the food, because we all know that there are a lot of different vegetables and fruits and a lot of sweets. So I will write down here food. These are your keywords. What should you do? You should think about the story and fill the gaps. So this mind map will help you to retell this story. Now you have the keywords: the Peter Rabbit, food, family, and problem. Think about it. Let's remind all the story. Write down everything that you remembered and that you've learned about the Peter Rabbit and about his family and his friends and his problems. And then when you will look at that mind map, it will help you a lot for retelling. So you have 20 minutes. Again, you work in a group, you helped each other, don't forget. So I'm always here to help you. If you have some problems, just hands up and ask me. I'm here all the time for you. So give me please your mind map. I will check it, and next lesson we will begin from that mind map and you will retell me the story and get your marks. And now it's time for assessment, and I will ask you some questions, and every time you will answer it right, I will give you this small block. What should you do? You should put it on your table, and every time you answer right, you will build the castle, just like that, the pyramid, if you can say it. And after that, you will count how many blocks do you have. If you have 2 blocks, it's okay. If you have 3 blocks or more, just 4, it's good job. If you had 5 blocks or even more, it means that you made a good lesson, that you did everything right, that you get the story, and you worked excellent. So now I will ask you that question, and every time you will answer right, I will give you 1 block and you will build the pyramid.